Herzlich willkommen zur neuen Ausgabe vom SI Talk und bei mir ein neues Interview, Manganese X. Martin Kepman ist bei mir. Am Freitag hat es eine Major News gegeben. Die Aktie hat jetzt auch einen sehr, sehr guten Run gehabt. Die hat von 15 Cent auf 25 Cent so ungefähr in Eurocent gestiegen. Unglaubliche Story. Ich bin nur ein bisschen im Zwiespalt, wie die Story jetzt wirklich weitergehen soll. Deswegen soll mir das der Martin eigentlich erklären. Thank you to have time. I said it in my introduction to you have a very interesting news release on Friday, but it's confused me a little bit too. First, it's the reaction on the market was very positive. Second, it looks like that you now change the focus more to the oil side. I like oil. I'm a fan of oil. Really, I'm a strong believer in oil, and I'm heavily invested in some oil stocks. So I love really the story, and I believe also that we have a pretty good run. And in the press release, you put some big names on it. Schlumberger. Schlumberger is a well-known company, so that's really big. But please tell us first a little bit more about the deal itself.
Okay, well, we had a press release last Friday, and Manganese X is very excited about our new business venture that we're going into right now. Presently, we're on a very strict NDA right now. We cannot talk too much about it because of
But you say a big name, and this is
yes.
This is more than the all other coming up normally.
Yes.
Then normally they say only the deal with a big company, but you don't know which one, but you're coming up with the name Schlumberger.
Yes. Well, basically what we're doing is we're dealing right now, we're going to be buying into a private company called, we're going to call it right now on our press release, Private Co.
Yeah.
Okay? And we're going to be buying a percentage of that company.
Mm-hmm.
And what that company has right now is they're in the oil and gas business right now with prime sweet crude.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's positive is? It's not a heavy oil, it's a sweet.
That's one of the best.
Yeah.
That's supposedly, because I'm not an expert in oil, supposedly one of the high-grade oil.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also doing oil and gas. And what we're going to do is we're going to buy into that company that has major prime assets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what Manganese X is trying to do, and I'll continue on, is purchase prime assets that's going to yield cash flow. So basically this private company is going to utilize Schlumberger. They have an agreement with Schlumberger and a very new technology that they're going to utilize their technology in the oil fields to, of course, upgrade the output of the daily production. And in return, Schlumberger will finance all the new technology and get 30% of the improved productivity and profits. So this is very exciting for Manganese X because, as you know, Schlumberger is the world's service supplier of oil and in technology, and if they're interested in working with the private co, it's a very positive thing. But I just want to clarify one thing. We will not be involved with the day-to-day running of the private company. We're there just to do it as an investment.
Okay. That was my next question. It's only for your investment.
Only investment.
And the reason why you invest is that you get out a cash flow.
No, there's two things we wanted to do. Our company wants to think out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't want to be a run-of-the-day exploration company and have to go to the market for financing as well as flow-through shares on a yearly basis. So when we met with management, we were looking for something that will be able to be self-financing, also without diluting the stock too much, because we're going to have to pay for the honor of joining this company. You know, it's going to be, we're going to have to pay a price for it, and
sure.
But from there on, we expect to get dividends on a quarterly basis to be able to be self-reliant, to be able to finance our company. But the key factor is to be able to work our Woodstock, New Brunswick manganese property.
So
to finance. We're going to continue with
yeah.
that to be able to do all our exploration to bring it into production. That's the key.
That was my confusion a little bit about it. That it looks like that you change maybe your focus from manganese. Manganese is one of the top metals also in the new energy boom. What
Absolutely.
We see. And then you're coming up with this oil. So that's mean for you is this an investment?
Only
You
pure
will
investment.
get dividends out of it. So and this dividend should finance the manganese project and the exploration, all the stuff. So that's mean in the end, this investment maybe stop your dilution.
Well said. And it'll make our company stronger. This is just a vehicle to really bring Manganese X to the forefront and become a producer in the North American lithium-ion battery market.
If everything running fine and you can make this deal, when you can expect the first money coming back?
Okay. Right now, we're in the final stages of negotiations and closing the deal. So, and as I said to you before, we have a very strict NDA.
You cannot say, but
I can't really say that right now, but the only thing I can really say is we're very optimistic. Things are going very, very well. I'm very motivated with all the technology and especially Schlumberger. And things are looking really up for the future for us. So it's we're expecting it to happen soon.
Do you must finance this in investment with a new private placement or?
No, we already have money in the bank. We just raised money a month ago. We're very well financed. We've been keeping our expenses very low. Our burn rate is exceptionally low. I sign every check and we make sure that we are self-sufficient financially. So we have a very nice bank account and we're well financed.
Okay.
So we'll be able to finance this.
So maybe this was 1 month ago one of the last financing rounds that we said?
Listen, we'll never say never, but we anticipate not going to go to the market in the near future, hopefully. That's all I can say.
Then for my problem, what I have with the most Canadian companies is this debt wheel, what we have always between financing. 4 months later, the stock going free tradable. Then you coming up in the meantime with results, the share price going up. But then the people know exactly the money is spent. Do you need more money? They sell the stock, maybe go short, some broker going short here, and bring the share price down to keep a lower private placement price. And this is a debt wheel always. And it's really tough to break this out. So with this deal, maybe you can cut this out, and then the people or the stock will react, from my point of view, much better on results than before. Then all the shorties and so on, they will sell for the next private placement are not
Well,
there.
Very, very good point, Joe. But the interesting part is when we raised our money like 2 weeks ago, I don't know if the European community knows about flow-through. That means flow-through is where the Canadian government allows...
Give a tax credit.
Yes, gives you a tax credit, and you get 50% reduction of the price from your taxes. So it's very advantageous for these investors to go ahead and invest, and then after 4 months, it's a 4-month hold, then dump the stock and kill the market, like you're saying. But I'm very excited and very proud of what we did 2 weeks ago, where we raised approximately $800,000. It's called hard cash, which means that there is no flow through at all, and we're self-financing, and that really shows that when a company in a Toronto venture who can do it, TSX venture, who can do it with hard cash, that's showing that there's a lot of investor confidence. And I just want to say one point before I said at the start of the meeting. I just want to say I have a lot of gratitude for all the European investors out there that have stuck with us and stayed with us and showed support, because we've had our ups and downs, and we did run into that flow-through problem where we went down to 7.5 cents, but the Germans out there and the Europeans supported our stock, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I'll never forget that, and I'm really serious that I'll make a commitment right now that if we do close a deal and we're successful and there's a very positive it goes very positively. We will come down, not me, we will come down to Germany and meet the investors, because I am very, very touched by their graciousness and their support. And
Sounds great.
And I really mean that, you know.
Sounds great. But that would be normally a perfect end, but we don't talk any second on your manganese projects.
Okay.
So we should talk a
Absolutely.
little bit.
Absolutely.
About.
We're ready to go with that, yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on, what you're planning this year on your projects?
Excellent. Well, we're progressing very, very well on the manganese project, okay? We're in the end stages of the metallurgical parts where we're trying to refine the, I'm going to really make it simple, okay? There's definitely, manganese it's a critical element in the States, where they've classified it as an element that they want to buy from North America because of Trump, et cetera, But we are progressing to the end stages of the metallurgical, where we're going to be able to refine it simply into 99% plus. So we'll be able to make it into the NMC nickel manganese cobalt battery, the cathode part of it. So we can be able to sell it in the North American market. We have an NDA with a major European distributor of manganese right now, and they're going to be guiding us through the processes to be able to, get the specs and get it going. We have the University of Minnesota on our side. Also, there's something very, very interesting. The National Research Council of Canada, that's a federal branch. We're involved very deeply with them, and they're going to validate our concept and final product into the lithium-ion battery for Canada, because that's the department. They got a grant for $200 million to work on lithium-ion batteries, basically NMC, nickel, manganese, cobalt batteries, to be able to put suppliers together in North America, and we're involved with that. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited I will be able to finance all the going-ons, all the tests and everything through our new prime assets cash flow company, private co. So we're going straight ahead with manganese, and it's coming along, and I really start seeing like a lot of people are coming to us and saying, hey, we need the North American producer of manganese, because all the third world countries are supplying it, but the quality, delivery, and don't forget we're located like 10 kilometers away from the U.S. state of Maine, and it's right right on the Great Lakes, so there's boats, and we're right near the main railway passage of the Maine and everything. So the transportation, we're critically located. It's fantastic,
Martin, thank you. It was a great update. Ja, es war jetzt ein großes, also ich muss ehrlich sagen, ein extrem spannendes Update. Zuerst war ich ein bisschen irgendwie verwirrt, warum kaufen die sich einen Anteil in einer privaten Firma im Öl- und Gassektor. Macht ja, wenn ich ein Manganese suche, ja nicht wirklich Sinn. Aber er hat es, glaube ich, sehr, sehr gut erzählt, warum. Es ist ein Investment, um Cashflow zu generieren, um Dividenden zu bekommen, um ihr eigentlich eigenes Business, das Manganese, zu finanzieren. So, und was wirklich das Interessante an diesem Deal ist, von dieser Privat Co., ist, dass da der Name Schlumberger eigentlich genannt werden durfte. Schlumberger ist ein Riesenplayer in diesem Sektor, eine Multimilliarden-Dollar-Company. Und die hat eine neue Technologie, die sie heute nutzt. Und und daraus kommt ein Cashflow raus aus diesem Öl- und Gas-Business. Sie machen Sweet Oil, das ist auch sehr spannend, weil Sweet Oil einen höheren Preis erzielt als wie Heavy Oil, weil Heavy Oil muss man blenden mit dem Kondensat, damit man es auf ein flüssigeres Produkt bringen kann, damit man es über Pipelines runter transportieren kann nach Amerika. Also das heißt, es kommen da Cashflows rein. Diese Cashflows werden dann benutzt, um die Finanzierung der Manganese-Projekte zu machen. Und jetzt kommt der wichtigste Punkt. Aufgrund dieser Konstellation wird es in Zukunft nahezu braucht die Company quasi keine Finanzierung mehr machen. Diese Private Placements, die ja wir kennen. Und dieses Private Placement, ich habe es kurz auch gesagt, das ist für mich so ein Todesrad. Man macht ein Private Placement, 4 Monate später werden die frei, in der Zwischenzeit kommen ein paar gute Nachrichten, der Aktienkurs steigt und die Leute, die das Private Placement gezeichnet haben, die Broker, wissen genau, dass die Company in ein paar Monate später wieder Geld braucht und drücken dann das alles in den Markt rein, drücken den Kurs runter. Schlimmer ist es nur bei diesen Flow-Through-Aktien, die ja einen 50%igen Discount noch quasi kriegen auf die Steuer, das heißt, man kann das steuerlich anrechnen, es wird zur Einkommensteuer gegengerechnet, diese Investments, dadurch haben die einen viel tieferen Einstand noch und dann können die das nach unten verkaufen, so dass 30-40% Kursverluste überhaupt kein Problem sind, weil das haben sie längst mit der Steuer verdient. Und das ist zwar einerseits gutes Modell, ganz klar, weil da kriegt man Investments, aber andererseits hämmert das natürlich den Aktienpreis runter. Und wenn Sie es schaffen, dass man diese Dilution nicht mehr hat, dann ist das meines Erachtens die halbe Miete. Denn das ist das größte Problem, was die kanadischen Firmen haben, immer dieses Private Placement und immer diese Dilution. Und wenn man das quasi mehr oder weniger stoppen kann mit dieser Maßnahme, dann ist das ein sensationeller Deal. Ganz eindeutig klar. Er hat selber gesagt, Sie verstehen nicht so viel vom Öl- und Gasbusiness, Sie verstehen gut genug, dass Sie das machen wollen. Und Sie sind auch nicht involviert auf der täglichen Basis, dass Sie dort drin machen werden, weil Ihr Fokus ist das Manganese. Und da gibt es sehr schöne Entwicklungen. Man darf eines nicht vergessen, Sie sind 10 Kilometer quasi vom Border entfernt und Sie können dort quasi mit der tollen Infrastruktur haben, das mit einem sehr, sehr hohen Manganesgrad den Batterienhersteller liefern aus Kathode und das ist genau das, was eigentlich die wollen, damit man auch unabhängiger wird von irgendwelchen dritten Weltländern, wo es auch mit den ganzen, ich sage jetzt mal Kinderarbeit oder sonst irgendwas nicht mit demokratisch richtig abgeht. Das war ein sensationelles Update, finde ich, von Manganese X und ich bin echt gespannt, was da jetzt weiter mit der Aktie passiert. Tschüss und Baba von der PDAC 2018. Tschüss. Thank you.
Thank you very much.